Hello, Sylvia Gorenszach here. Welcome back. I am a GelMoment brand partner, and what I wanted to cover with you today is how to use these magnets. So we have a line of magnetic polishes here. We have several colors. I believe we have 8 so far. I have a few here on hand. And I've been asked many questions on how to use these little doohickeys. So how about we create little patterns. So I have one coat of Captivation on here that is uncured. Let's start with the little mini wand that we have here. So this one comes with 2 little magnets. It has the round side here and a rectangular side here too. So what I like to do with this one, if you don't have the multi-wand, is first you want to activate all of the magnetic properties. So I put the one coat on here. Now I'm going to take it on its side and come along here to give it one little swipe here. And then on this side, I'm going to do another swipe over here, and you'll see that it gets really sparkly. Now, with this side, you could do multiple things with this round thing right here. So you can come in off to the side and push it off to the side like this and get like a moon. Isn't that cool? So you'll see that when I went in, I'm just going to use it on this finger. I did not come really close to it. You don't want to touch the polish. You want to come in at a little bit of an angle. You can, depending on what you're doing. So if you come in at an angle this way or this way, you are going to get a different look, but that's the joy of the magnetic polishes, is that you can get all different kinds of looks depending on which angle you come in. So that's one look that you can do here. Now, if you don't like this, you do not have to wipe the polish away. You can actually just take your brush and reapply the coat of polish on there, and it basically gives you a reset. Okay, that's the lovely thing about it. So there's no waste for magnetic polish. So again, we'll go in with the round edge here and activate it on this side, and then we'll come over here and activate it on this side. So now with this, you can also come in at an angle and remove some of it from the tip, and then also some of it over here too, and then you can kind of shrink it from the sides as well. And you'll see that when we move the finger around, we've now created a little bit of an area where it shimmers. Okay, so there's multiple things that you could do with the round thing. I just showed you 2 of those, and I'm going to swipe it again, and that way I don't have to cure this, and I can just keep showing you everything that you can do. All right, next we'll go in with the circle again, just to activate all of the magnetic properties, the sparkles, make it nice and shimmery. Okay, and now with the square here, let's see what happens if we go in on an angle and see what happens. Isn't that cool? We got a little cool line. I love it. So you can go on an angle, you can go on not an angle, so basically parallel with your finger. Now I wanted to show you what would happen, because all of the polish is basically, not all of the polish, but basically the magnetic properties have come to the middle of the nail. If you didn't like this and you wanted to, like, oh geez, I want to make it a straight line as well, if you go in again, it will change it. Now if it doesn't, all you have to do is just take your polish brush and just give yourself a clean slate. So I'm not adding any polish, I'm basically just reapplying and smoothing out the polish that is on the existing nail. So I'm making sure that the brush is pretty dry. Well, not dry, but that most of the polish is off. Now, another thing I wanted to try here is to find out what happens when you put this underneath the nail. So let's see what happens. You're gonna see it here first. I think I've tried this once before. And I can't remember, I think it just creates a line too. So I'm just activating the sparkles, and now let's put this underneath my finger. Different look. Look at that. So it's not really a line, it just created a different look. So like I said, there's all different things that you can try. Moving on to our multi-tool now. So our multi-tool has 5 different things. We have the T here, we have 2 magnets that's beside here, this right here in the middle, this one, and the round edge. This round edge I find that I use the most, and I'll show you why. It's very similar to what you get when using the round on the little mini tool, but I think it's even better because the magnets, the little particles, I keep calling it particles, just sparkles, I don't know. The magnet stuff inside the polish reacts really well to this one. So I use this to activate the magnet polish all the time. So I'll show you, I'll go in on its side. You'll see that it reacts a lot differently. And then I bring it up and it's super sparkly now, okay? So now, if you wanted to keep using this, there's different things that you can do. You can create a cat eye effect, which is like that circular thing in the middle. And what I end up doing is going in on its side and bringing it closer. And basically from what I can see right now, because I'm looking kind of behind, I am bringing the magnet up to shrink that. I'm knocking bottles everywhere here. Shrink that area. And I'm going to come in over here too and shrink that area. And here and here. Basically, you see how I'm just moving it around a little bit until I get that shimmery look. Love it. So that's what you could do with this round part here. I'm just going to smooth it out again so I can show you a few other things without having to cure it. Now, I will tell you, this is a tip for magnetic polish. Once you, oh, darny darn, touched my cuticle again. Jeez Louise, eh? Okay, so here's my tip. Once you get your magnet polish looking exactly like you want to put that underneath the lamp right away. And the reason being is because it will settle and your design might change a little bit. So with magnets, with the magnetic polishes, I recommend doing one finger at a time, okay? All right, so let's try that again. So I'm gonna take the round edge again, come in and activate it. Make it super sparkly, okay? Now, let's try this right here and see what happens. You can come in at an angle, at perpendicular, however you want. So let's do straight perpendicular and see what happens. Again, I'm not getting too close. You're not touching the polish, but I'm getting a little cross there. You see that? So if I go in some more and hover it around, it becomes more defined. So that is the section that has SS with the two magnets beside each other. Next, we'll do the T. Now this one you can use for doing a French tip. So flip it over, hover it over your nail, and there it is. See how the design creates a little arc for a French tip? Simple, right? Okay, next is this guy right here, and it's similar to that. So we kind of know what it's going to do, right? We can come in at a diagonal, make a line, and that's that, okay? You can switch it up if you want, and it'll turn it around this way. So now, because I didn't reapply the polish when I changed it from one angle to the other, the line is not so defined. So you'll want to, if you didn't like going one way, you'll want to smooth out the polish before curing, reapply your coat, and then go the other way. And you'll see that the line is much more defined, okay? So I had it that way. Let's do this way. There. Cool, right? So now, when I'm using the magnets, I am only going about this close. Just wanted to show you that reference. I'm not getting too close, not too far, because it won't work, about that close. Okay, I have a fresh coat here. So the first thing we want to do is activate the polish. So come in, sweep out. Looks all good and shiny to you. Looks all good and shiny to me. Okay, next thing we're gonna cover is this little doodad in the middle. It creates little flower patterns. It's actually quite fun. The thing I find with this one is that you do have to keep it hovering over the nail for a bit longer because the magnets are not as strong as these ones to get the little pattern. And my other tip for you is that this little circle is pretty much where this is, because you can't really see where the magnet is once it's facing downwards, right? So let's see if we can get a flower pattern right in the middle of the nail. With this one as well, I do find that you have to hover near the polish a bit closer because the magnets are not as strong, and for probably about 5 seconds. So that's about 5 seconds, and let's see what we have. Gorgeous! This is the multi-tool. This is the mini tool. Obviously, this one you get a lot more bang for your buck. It does a lot of different things here, where this one you can get a few different looks for sure. But this one, I really like this this end right here, the cylindrical part, for activating the polish. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them below. I will probably be creating some looks in the future with magnetic polishes because they are so fun and you get a different result every single time. They're just a lot of fun to use. Thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for my next video. Ciao, ciao for now.